Good morning, traders. This is Trader Cisco of Euodoo Trading. It is Friday, December 10th. We expect the typical Friday in December to occur. What that means to me is that we could see very light volume today. Maybe the moves will not be very aggressive at all. There's not a lot of things on the news announcements-wise that's coming up today either. So it could be a fairly quiet day. I thought we'd just quickly go over a few things that I'm noticing in the market. You'll see to begin with here, we're looking at a 4-hour chart on the euro dollar. I drew a couple of trend lines just basically to highlight the fact that we are seeing lower highs and lower lows that would show that we might be continuing our trend down in this pair to match up with the overall daily view. Still seeing a little bit of confusion here. Yesterday's daily chart had a higher high and a lower low, so it really engulfed the prior day's candle. So that gives us a little bit of indecision, but the 4-hour chart does show a little more clarity, so that's something that I'm watching. The interesting thing is that the correlations that we see here in this position, we see that the dollar is stronger, the US dollar is stronger than the euro. If we go over and look at the euro JPY on the 4-hour chart, we'll notice something a little bit different, and that's the fact that we're continuing to see on the 4-hour chart some higher lows, and also we're seeing some higher highs. That would be showing that the euro is a bit stronger than the yen. Now, what does that mean when you combine those two? The fact that the euro dollar, we're seeing the US dollar stronger than the euro, and the euro yen is showing that the euro is stronger than the yen. Well, the correlation there for the dollar yen should be that we would be seeing the dollar stronger than the yen. But that's not necessarily what we're seeing on the 4-hour chart here as we see this dropping off. To me, that would say that this is possibly a bull flag that we're seeing here on the 4-hour chart with a flat line across the bottom, and the fact that we may actually be seeing this getting ready to adjust, showing a little bit of dollar strength. Now, it's just a correlation that to me seems evident. Does not necessarily mean that will be the case, because we've obviously seen here lower highs and we're seeing lower lows. But that does definitely contrast with the view that we have from the euro dollar and the euro yen. So something just to consider and watch. There is a little bit of conflict in the markets, in my opinion, on the 4-hour charts this morning. The pound dollar, as I've mentioned, I've talked a lot about that cross. Evidently, the market has no intentions of making me seem right on that point as we continue to really consolidate below that level. The only thing that I've really tried to highlight here is the fact that we are still seeing some higher highs along the way and higher lows, which would give us the impression that the pound dollar is going to be moving still in an upward movement. The moving average lines are kind of giving us that intention to, showing that yes, that is what the overall trend is that's up. The only other pairs I wanted to look at real quick, and we spoke about the Kiwi yesterday. We'll see that this wedge continues to build. Last 2 days have done nothing but continued to stay inside this level. Yesterday's move got us fairly close to that trend wall, but it did not want to break it at all. And then today's action obviously is continuing to stay inside that move. So next week should be interesting on this pair, just to see what occurs, which side finally will break. Typically, the longer trend wall is the one that holds, but that does not necessarily mean that that's what will occur. Price action will tell the tale. That's what we'll watch for. The other euro pair, the euro pound, that's fairly popular. The only thing I wanted to show you there, we talked about this trend wall yesterday and how we've seen some real nice action off of it where it tapped that line and bounced off. It did it twice. Now what we're noticing is a little bit lower trend wall that is being respected here. and that means that we may stay within this range here over the next few days between these two trend walls. That's something that I'm keeping my eye on. I hope you have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend. I look forward to talking to you again on Monday. Trade safe and talk to you then.